says that that old serpent that also is called by Satan and the devil. Satan is adversary. Devil is to be a deceiver, falsely accusing. And then the serpent is one that deceived Eve and came as a subtle creature, or with subtlety. Caught her under the web, man, because she wasn't being circumspect and wise. But people are finding out about you because Yahweh Shai has already showed them secrets unto his prophets. And now the men of the Lord going to the highways and the byways and shining that light, man. It's just like they got this, I don't know his name, but they got that dude that had a flee from America. I believe he took refuge in Russia. All because he exposed or he shared information to the public, so the government deemed him a terrorist. All because he shed a little bit of information about the way the government in America was. All right, they saw him as a threat, that he was a spy. They even made a documentary of him. And not too long ago, during the debates with Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders, they have brought that situation up. Talking about that he released sensitive information. It was information that was given to the public, man, openly. But that's how this government looks at us on the highways and the byways, as a threat, as a terrorist, as a suspect. You know? Because we're there, because they don't want shit to be brought out about them. Okay? But that's, Yahweh Shai's already made that happen, man. Yahweh Shai is the one that's done it. He's lifted it up. He's the one that lifted up that rug, make sure the house was clean. Like, man, what the fuck you got? Why you been all this time throwing the dirt underneath this rug? And he was like, you know what? You're done. You're not fit for it. You're not fit. You're a liar. You think you can walk all over me? You think you can get away with certain things with me? America, everything about America is an unprofitable branch, man. It's an unprofitable tree. All its fruit is full of deception, man. Manipulation. To kill and destroy you, man. That's what the scriptures say. Thief cometh not but to kill, steal, and destroy. That's what America's done, man.
It says, that nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, that shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Right, Yahweh Shai is coming back with ICBM missiles to annihilate you, man. Yahweh Shai does not have to come down here on the earth to deal with you one-on-one. He already did that, and he came as a man of peace, and he took it. He didn't come over here trying to fight and beat people up. He came over here to teach and to give his people a sword, which is his word, the spirit, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and he was resurrected at the end when he was put to death. Now he's coming back with ICBM missiles, man, with great power. Y'all people think it's just something that's out there. No, that's Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai is about to, all those missiles are going to annihilate this place, man, even you 2/3. And he's going to come in his chariots with his angels, the so-called UFO. He's going to come with them, and he's going to start beaming you, or not beaming, he's going to be zapping, lasering you people, and blowing you up into smoke, man. And they got movies about that, where they, like that movie with Tom Cruise. I forget, what is it called? With the World Wars? The World of the Wars? And then, yeah, that movie, and it shows you how those aliens that were hibernating under the earth, and they came up at a certain time, and they started zapping people, man. They was blowing up in smoke. And Tom Cruise was just covered in white powder. That's the Bible, man. It tells you that in 2 Amos 13, and I believe in Luke, where it tells you that you can be ground to powder. And even in Daniel, it talks about that great image that Nebuchadnezzar has seen in his dream, that it being crushed and smashed by a great mountain, a great rock. That's Yahweh Shai. You know?
That's it. It's, verse 4, as for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. I was wroth with my people, I have polluted mine inheritance.
You're not looked at as like, damn, man, America's a good place. At one time, when the Native American Indians had this land, this place was beautiful. I don't have an image because I've never seen any land that's been beautiful. All I see out here is dried up shit. We got a little patch of green grass here, but over here the rest is all yellow and brown. You know, but I believe that in the old time when the Indians were here, this land was beautiful. All right, it was at its full potential because there was nothing that was here to defile it. But when the Aztecs started going on, doing the human sacrifices and all that bullshit, then that's when the conquistadores came over here and started slaughtering them. All right, that was because of their working their witchcraft. But Esau's the one that sucked the life out of everything. He sucked the life out of the earth. He sucked the life. He took all the gold, the silver. He damn near put you Indians into extinction. You know.
It says, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thy hand.
All right, see, so Yahweh Shai allowed that. Go ahead.
Thou didst shew them no mercy.
Yep.
Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
Yeah, man, you've heard the men in the North American Indians, the Aztecs, the Mayans, you know, the Peruvians. You've done dirty to them, man. You've been very ugly. You were ugly to them. You did horrible things to their babies, to their wives. So you got a horrible recompense for you, man. And if you're a true man, you'd be like, you know what, you're right, I do. I'm gonna be destroyed. You know, but you can't do that because you're a devil, man. You think you're so smart, you're so proud that your own knowledge has deceived you to thinking that you can beat the Lord, man. You think you can beat the Lord. That's why there's all those analogies about how a certain particular item, an axe or a vessel that's created by a maker, all right, it's speaking back to the maker, and what does the maker do? He breaks it and throws it away because it becomes proud and boastful. It's boasting and being proud against the maker, but in reality, no vessel does that. Only like Ezra said, how had earth and ashes come to be so proud? So in return, Yahweh Shai has to come and destroy those certain vessels that rebelled against his order.
It says, upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke, and thou saidest, I should be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart. Neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment in one day. The loss of children and widowhood.
Yeah, out of nowhere, one day everybody's gonna be doing whatever they do. And all of a sudden, everybody's gonna look into the sky because they're gonna start hearing all those sirens going off. That alarm. That's the alarm they're gonna take heed to. Everybody's gonna be start screaming, running, trying to seek shelter, right? And then what happens? These missiles are gonna annihilate this place, man. We're gonna annihilate this place, and people are just gonna be lighting on fire, man. This is the only thing that can deliver you in that time. The spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Alright, he's giving us the necessities, the proper tools to make it in that time. The spirit is a fire retardant, a fire resistant type clothing. It is fire, the spirit. Does not the scripture say that the spirits are as a flaming fire? And you people are as ash, or as trees and branches, wood. No? You have no real substance. In that time, when you look up into the heavens, you see all these missiles just shooting across. And then, what are y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna be squirming, running around, finally you want to take some type of warning. But that's it. It's too late. You know, your underground bunkers ain't gonna deliver you either. Somebody was showing me, I think at work, there's a particular underground bunker you can have created for you, where you can live in there for a certain amount of this a length of time in there that but it's gonna cost you like in the millions. Who has a fucking $1 million to make that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, not everybody can do it, so obviously it's only gonna be for the elite. You know? It's only gonna be for the elite ones. Hey, but the elite, there's a reason why you're gonna be doing that, because when we capture you, you're gonna be the main head doing all the work, because you're gonna hate it the worst. Because even right now, you got the common Edomite just busting his ass. But you're up there just chilling, kicking back like you ain't got a goddamn thing to do. Like a lazy ass kid that's just playing video game with his feet kicked up, act like he ain't gotta do nothing. That's what y'all do. Y'all act like y'all are controlling everything in the earth. Y'all start wars. Y'all be like, hey, go ahead and have that city kill a certain amount of people over there. Hey, tell them to stop. Hey, go over there and have these people killed. Hey, start a war in Africa real quick. Hey, go and put start a biological warfare. A so-called epidemic. You like doing that stuff, man. Because you know if you do a full-fledged attack, it's it. That's it. So you want to be playing with like a kid playing a video game. You Amalekites, man. You fucking fake-ass Jews over there in Israel, man. Yahushua is gonna have his way with it, and we're letting it know through the scriptures.
It says, Isaiah 47:9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment in one day: the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness.
Thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Those demons got you deceived, man. Your brain is not wired to obey Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So what do you obey? Wickedness.
Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast
Go ahead.
And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee.
You ain't gonna know when the missiles coming, annihilating this place out of nowhere, man. One day those Russians, one day them Iranians, one day those Syrians are just gonna start just laying loose. Go ahead.
He said, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored in thy youth.
And that's where you found your ways of getting through society or life or whatever. You go to these sorcerers, man. You go to these astrologers from the days of thy youth. You know, from the days of thy youth, you've been speaking with demons, man. You know, your father Cain, the serpent, you've been cursed in that time, man. Yahweh had already cursed the serpent, which was a man. It ain't no damn real snake that slithers around on the ground. Nor did it have legs and it was walking like this, you know, with its tail dragging. No, that's not true. That's false, man. Those are fables. It was an actual man that was spitting deceit into the ears of Eve and then trickled down to Adam. The Bible tells you that the fruit, the mouths of what is it? Psalms 50. What is it? Psalms 51. 51 talks about how they come out the womb estranged, speaking lies. All right. The reason I want to say that is because it's just, you know, to the best of my ability to edify Israel, But that's what Esau's always laid his heart to, was deception. And these wicked entities, and these mediums, and these sorcerers, and these these warlocks and shit like that, man, that work on the left-hand side.
Psalms 58 and 2. Yea, in heart you work wickedness, you weigh the violence of your hands in the earth.
Right, you think violence is what's gonna get you somewhere? You do violence, man, you're gonna be paid back with violence. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. What you sow is what you reap, man. You reap to the flesh. You shall you shall sow to the flesh. In return, you're gonna reap corruption in the flesh.
It says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
As soon as you were born, you went astray speaking lies, man. Trying to deceive your brother. You're probably trying to lead them to fall off a cliff. You know what I'm saying? There's this one video, it's probably well known amongst the Latino tribe. But you got these Issacharites crossing a river with a big ass piece of log that they're walking on. So I think the two of the oldest ones cross it first, but they show the video camera on the little brother. He's kind of heavy set, so he starts walking on it, and then they go over there fucking shaking the branch, and he's crying, man. He's scared, and he's saying, tell him to stop. Hey, quit doing that to me, man. And he falls to his knees, and he's crawling, and they keep doing it, and then he fucking falls into the river. I mean, the river wasn't deep, but that's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Who does that to you? You can't be doing that shit to your brother. But that's just like a little example. Like Esau. As soon as you were born, man, you were speaking lies, man. You were in it for your own gain. You were what they call today a narcissistic. You thought you were the shit. You think you're the shit, man. You think you're the man. Right?
It said Isaiah 47:12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit. If so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art weary.
See, summon them people and see if you're able to profit or prevail. Alright? Go ahead, do it. Yahushua saying, go do it. See, you know what I'm saying? Don't you know that Yahushua controls the left-hand spirits? Don't you know that he allows them to go and do exactly what he knows you, man. Those demons are doing exactly what they're created to do, is to deceive you. Make you think they're working for you, but really at the end you're gonna be destroyed, man. That's why you gotta be a complete moron to be going into that kind of realm, man. That type of spirituality. Horoscopes, all that stuff. Because that's gonna lead you astray. That will lead you to not wanna follow Yahushua, which is in this book. People are so lazy nowadays that they rather, the only thing they rather read is it's a fucking short phrase of a fortune cookie. They don't want to take the time to just dig in and exercise that mind. Like the scriptures say, wasn't it Timothy, the flesh profiteth little, right?
Oh yeah,
but the flesh profited little, but to exercise the spirit.
Yeah, God in this one. I said, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
See if they can save you. They're not gonna save you, man. All you gotta do is read the book of Exodus and find out what happened to Pharaoh. All these things were written for our learning, man. Alright, Yahushua stand alone. They're the victors. Alright? They're the kings, man. They're the omnipotent one. They're the supermen, They're the incredible Hulks. The soon to be, whoever the elect are, they're gonna be those They're gonna be them ones too. They're gonna be them superheroes, man. Better than the ones we see in the movies.
All these superheroes, man, they all got weaknesses. The elect doesn't have a weakness. They're gonna be impenetrable, man. You know, and
well, the Incredible Hulk. In my opinion, I think the Incredible Hulk is like the most powerful one. But I know his like, if I'm not mistaken, his weakness is always they have in the movies a woman.
Yeah, that and being calm.
Because his anger is what's fucking so intense, man. And that's Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai's anger is, you cannot duplicate his anger on the earth. Nobody can. No man, no group of people, no matter how many nations you compile together, like they think because in the valley of decision, and Jehoshaphat, they think that all these nations are gonna you think because you come all together, you're gonna take out the Lord? No, nothing on the earth can compare or be equivalent to Yahweh Shai's anger, man.
There's that scripture, the one we read before. It talks about how basically when the Most High created all things, he didn't create anything. In order to create what he created, he had to have those same attributes to that species or being or creature. You know, like a star. It's a ball of fire. Scriptures say the Most High is a consuming fire. You know, anger. He has to have that type of trait in him, or to know about it, to know how to use it. That's the Most High. So if the Most High created a man of war on earth, he's that man of war. He designed that man of war. You can't create anything better than him that he doesn't know how to be.
He gave a little bit of everything that he is.
Yeah.
He said, "Let us create man in our image." Talking about the elect.
Yeah.
All right, the nation of Israel. Okay, so Yahweh Shai, they have feelings, they have emotions. See, they're not just some damn zombies like that. You know, just like we're controlling. They're not. They're no robots, man. They're living beings. I got one right here. This is Sirach 28 and 10. As the matter of the fire is, so it burneth. As a man's strength is, so is his wrath. And according to his riches, his anger riseth. And the stronger they are, which contend, the more they will be inflamed. And hasty contention kindleth a fire, and in hasty fighting sheddeth blood.
Hey, when you notice, man, like when you were talking about the Hulk, you notice in that movie, man, the Hulk only reacted when it got to a certain point where he couldn't take anymore. Same thing with us. You know, you people, like the subject was speaking about, you think you're gonna get away. You think you control everything. You think you even control spirits. You think there's these left-hand side spirits that Esau works with, you think you're in control. No. I wanted to make this very clear, man, just to put it out there. The left-hand side of the spirits, they obey Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, they obey him, man. There's an account when with the prophet Micaiah, where he saw in the spirit world, the spirits consulting with the Most High. But in the spirit world, you can laugh at thing like in the spirit world that like demons are gonna be demons, and you know they go to the Most High like, oh, I don't want to listen to you. No, they come up and they actually feel comfortable for Yahweh. Believe it or not,
they fear to get the Most High. It tells you that in James.
Yeah, but they're at one accord with him. The Most High asked the lion spirits. He said, "Which one of you will go before me, and be a lion spirit and the mouth of these prophets?" And one of them come to me and said, I'll do it. And he did it. And a lot of y'all people think that the Most High is going to destroy that actual demon in the last days. No, he's going to destroy you. He's going to destroy the vessel that was in you, your spirit. Or he's going to have his way with you in that time. Those spirits are going to flee before these missiles hit you. Because those spirits are going to be played out. And the kingdom for these other nations is just to keep that leadership mentality going. But the whole point is that you people have no control over your lives. No control. There's no such thing as free will too, man.
This is 1 Peter 3 and 22. Who is gone into heaven and is on the right hand of the Most High, angels and authorities and powers being made subject unto him.
They're made subject unto him. The Most High actually was able to create deception, you know, and he made it. He made it into a form of a spirit that was able to take over your body and make you think certain things. He's able to do that, and he's done it with you 2/3 and you heathen, you other nations. He's made because you think that you're in total control. Okay, there's a spirit that actually makes you think that. You want to commit nothing but adultery. There's a spirit that can actually make you commit adultery whenever you want to. All right, you know, all these spirits are just playing with people, and you have no idea.
This is Revelations 4 and 11. Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created.
That's what I was going to say, man. That's why the Most High is glorified above all things, because he, being able to do these things, he's not tempted himself. He can do that. What's that one in, there's one in Hebrews, in the first chapter, where it says, doing these things, making it impossible for him to lie. The Most High can do things, man, and not be, swayed by it.
All his ways are righteous. All his ways are righteous. And only you that would disagree is because you're wicked.
Yeah.
You're a 2/3, man. You're a devil, man. Yeah. Even if it wasn't easy for you to understand, you'd be like, you know what, I just don't understand, but I have faith enough to believe it, that the Most High is not wicked. But you 2/3, man, y'all fucking go off, man. Way the fuck off. Way off, man. We got Isaiah 45 and 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
But Most High can see what man can't see, man. It's like when, it's like the example of Samuel, when the Most High told Samuel to go get the first king of Israel, which was Saul. And Samuel said, basically judge Saul before he was Saul, for what he already really was. And the Most High was like, I don't judge that way. The Most High can see what we can't see. That's why he was so way beyond our decisions. He sees the outcome of all the choices that a man makes. That's why, like with Yahweh Shai, when that devil was sent to him in the wilderness, Yahweh Shai knew what was going to happen to this place. He knew this place was going to go to hell, that it wasn't to be actual hell on earth. That's why he didn't want this, because he even said, my Father had the kingdom that is not made yet, that he had prepared for us. He knew that in the next kingdom, see, he can even see that. He can see the kingdom of heaven, that it's going to be righteous forever. And there's going to be men and authority that are going to rule the place in righteousness forever.
And the primary thing that gives the ability to do that is faith. That faith is what allows that to happen. You know, that's all it is, because we don't have an actual picture for us to see what exactly the kingdom's gonna look like. All we have is words. You know, it's faith that allows that to be to perceive that. It tells you that like 1 John chapter 1, the first few verses. You know, it tells you that. What else? Hebrews 11 and 1. No. 2 Corinthians, it tells you about that. You know, like receiving these things that are temporal. And we have a more greater thing. You know, that's being stored up for us. What do you got?
Sirach 15. It goes into faith and all, and not everything we're talking about. It says,
Call it again.
Sirach chapter 15, verse 7. I'm sorry, 7. But foolish men shall not attain unto her, and sinners shall not see her. For she is far from pride, and men that are liars cannot remember her. Praise is not seen in the mouth of a sinner, for it was not sent him of the Lord. For praise shall be uttered in wisdom, and the Lord shall prosper. Say not thou, it is to the Lord that I fell away, for thou oughtest not to do the things that he hated. Say not thou, he had caused me to err, for for he hath no need of the sinful man.
We're talking about the control thing, thinking that we do whatever we want, or the Most High is evil, or makes evil decisions.
No. Say not thou he
Start at the first verse again.
okay, verse 8. Sirach 15 and 8, 15 and 7. But foolish men shall not attain unto her, and sinners shall not see her.
Right. Foolish men shall not obtain unto her or see her. You're not gonna see the kingdom because you can't